Hello students, today we will discuss about the accounting procedures or accounting treatment under the admission of a partner. When a new partner is admitted into partnership firm, the partnership deed will be reconstituted or the partnership firm itself will be reconstituted. It means the partners ratio will be changed, the capital will be increased, the cash balance will be increased, and assets and liabilities will be revalued according to the market value or present value. The assets and liabilities will be changed. So when a new partner is admitted or he is coming into the partnership firm as a new partner, some accounting treatment are required. See, the first account to open is the revaluation account. Second account is all partners capital account to be prepared. All partners means including the new partner, the old partner's capital account plus new partner capital account should be opened. Because when new partner is coming, the partner's capital account will be adjusted. So they will take the old reserve, old profit and the goodwill whenever it is brought in by new partner, and some other profits accumulated in the partnership firm will be shared between the only old partners. So their capital account will be changed. So therefore the all partners capital account is required to prepare. And the last one is the new balance sheet. Of course, before to taking a new partner, already business is existed, already partnership firm have prepared the final accounts, and from the last year the balance sheet items of all such assets and liabilities will be carried over to the next year. So whenever a new partner is admitted into the partnership firm, the old balance sheet will be affected. Sometimes it may be inflated, sometimes it may be deflated. It means the balance sheet assets and liabilities will be altered because of the revaluation of assets, because of change or improvement in the cash balance, because of change in the capital balance. So due to all these reasons, the old balance sheet will be changed. So as on the date of the admission of a new partner, the balance sheet should be prepared. Of course, in the question paper, the old balance sheet will be given and necessary adjustment after the admission of a new partner will be given. Say after the admission of a new partner, the old balance sheet should be taken into the new balance sheet with some adjustments. The same old items of the assets and liabilities which are already in existence, which are already shown in the balance sheet, again they will be carried forward to the new balance sheet subject to certain depreciation and appreciation. If the market values are changed and according to the agreement between the old partners and new partners, if any the assets and liabilities are revalued, such revalued assets and liabilities as on the date of admission, the new balance sheet should record. So this is about the new balance sheet. Okay, today we will concentrate what is revaluation account and why is it prepared. So this is the main focus. The revaluation account itself indicates the valuation of assets which are already shown in the old balance sheet will be revalued, because say as and when the partnership firm is started, from that year or from that day only, at what value the assets and other properties are purchased, at that cost only the assets are shown in the balance sheet by applying the cost concept. It means according to the cost concept, the value which are paid to the purchase of assets will be shown in the balance sheet and subject to the depreciation. But after certain years, after 5 years or after 10 years, so after certain years, these assets will be increased because some assets are there which are having more value in the market. For example, land and building. Say before 10 years the cost may be less, at the time of admission after 10 years the value of such land and building may be increased. According to the fair market value, the real value of assets should be shown in the new balance sheet. It means the assets are revalued. And some assets are there which are more depreciable. For example, the vessels, vehicles, for example, furnitures, for example, plant and machineries. So these are depreciable assets. See, yet the value at which the assets are purchased could have been shown in the old balance sheet. But when the new partner is admitted, after use of such assets, the value of such assets would be less as shown in the balance sheet because of depreciation, because of less market value. So due to these reasons, the some assets are decreased and some assets values are increased. So in the revaluation account, only increase in the value of assets or only decrease in the value of assets or only increases and decrease in the value of liabilities should be shown. So this is called revaluation account. Sometimes say 2 marks question will be asked, give the meaning of revaluation account, or what is the meaning of revaluation account, why is it prepared. So if the same question is asked, you need to answer it. The answer is very simple. It is an account. It is an account prepared to find out the profit or loss on the revaluation of assets and liabilities. I repeat, it is an account prepared to determine the profits or losses on the revaluation of assets and liabilities. Of course, this revaluation account is required to prepare whenever a new partner is admitted and whenever a new partner is, whenever the old partner is getting retirement, whenever any partner died. So in these situations, the revaluation account is prepared. So revaluation account is prepared only to find out the profit or loss on the revaluation of asset. Okay, let us see what is the format of revaluation account and what are the items to record in the revaluation account. Yes, in the revaluation account, it is prepared just like a T shape. Say debit side, particulars and amount column, and credit side, particulars and amount. So this is credit side, this is amount column, and the first one is particulars column. So this is amount column. Left hand side, same number of columns will appear. Okay, this is the format of revaluation account. So debit side, we should record the losses on the assets and liabilities, and the credit side, we should record the incomes or the profits on the revaluation of assets and liabilities. If assets values are increased, say partners will get the profit. Partners should enjoy it because they have contributed lot towards the firm. So they are responsible and they are having right to get it. But new partner cannot participate in the profit or loss on the revaluation of an asset. So whatever the assets purchased, whatever the liabilities held by the partnership firm before the entry of a new partner, so all these profits and losses on the assets and liabilities should be taken over by the old partners only. So therefore, they will prepare the revaluation account. Okay. In the debit side, it records only depreciation on the assets. Depreciation on assets. Say for example, depreciation on plant, depreciation on machinery, depreciation on furniture, depreciation on vehicles, or any decrease on the value of asset. Say better to say to decrease on the value of asset. If any assets are decreasing, only the decreased value. We cannot record the total value of asset. The asset value which is shown in the old balance sheet and the present market value which is shown in the adjustment side. So taking only difference between the old value and the present value, that amount will be shown here. Okay, debit side depreciation on assets or the decrease on the value of assets, and credit side opposite. If any appreciation on the value of asset, like by appreciation on assets. Say for example, appreciation on land, appreciation on buildings, appreciation on investments, or appreciation on any other some other say investment in shares and debentures. If the value of such assets are increased, should show on the credit side, or better to say by increases on the value of assets. Okay, the profits on the assets you should record on the credit side. The losses on the asset side, so you should record on the debit side. See, in respect of liabilities, if any liabilities values are decreased, say for example, some creditors or some bank holders may waive off the outstanding balance due to the long period or due to outstanding balance since 10 years or 15 years, or say they are long outstanding, they are showing the balance from long period. Say sometimes bankers may deny the interest, sometimes the creditors may forgone the part of their outstanding balance. If any such balance is forgone either by the banker or by the creditors, see there will be a profit to the partnership firm. So whenever the discounts are issued from the bank or from the creditors, you should record on the credit side. Say for example, by decreases on the value of liabilities. Say if the value of liabilities are increased, say for example, say interest on the overdues, interest on the bank OD, or some other say incidental charges, or say any notary charges on the creditors, see liabilities value will be increased. See, when the liabilities are increased, so only increased value should record on the debit side because it is an expense, it is a loss to the firm. So therefore should record on the debit side. To increases on the value of liabilities, on the value of liabilities. See, except these three items on both sides, see one or two items will be recorded. For example, if any outstanding expenses are there, it means before to the entry of a new partner, if any expenses are incurred and they are not paid, they are outstanding still yet to pay, so such expenses should be recorded on the debit side. If any expenses are paid already, say they are going to expire in the next year, so they are incomes of the partners because the expenses yet to incur in the next year. So if any expenses are paid in advance, you should record on the credit side because they are incomes, and any outstanding expenses you should record on the credit side because already the benefit is taken but amount not paid, they are expenses before the admission of a new partner, you should record on the debit and credit side. So incomes, say for example, by prepaid expenses, if any expenses are paid, if any outstanding balances are given, to outstanding expenses, Okay, these are the maximum number of items which will be recorded in the revaluation account, debit side as well as credit side. And again, 2 marks question is expected to ask. Say, how do you close the revaluation account? How do you close the revaluation account? The revaluation account is closed by transferring the profit or loss to the old partner's capital account as per the old ratio. It means the revaluation account is prepared to find out the profit or loss on the revaluation of assets and liabilities. Whether this account is getting profit or getting loss, no matter whatever the profit it may be, whatever the loss it may be, it will be shared it will be transferred to the old partner's capital account. And as per the old ratio, the profit or loss will be transferred to old partner's capital account, and this account is going to be concluded or closed. Very simple. The revaluation account the profit or revaluation account loss will be transferred to the old partner's capital account. By this way, the revaluation account is going to be closed. As how to close them? Say if there is a more balance on the credit side, so there is a profit. The difference or this profit will be transferred to old partner's capital account. If there is a more balance on the debit side, see there will be difference on the credit side, so this is called loss, and again this loss will be transferred to the old partner's capital account only. Old partner's capital account only. See, both will not arise simultaneously. Either the profit or loss will arise. If there is a loss, it will be transferred to old partner's capital account. If there is a profit, again it will be transferred to old partner's capital account. So like this way, the revaluation account is prepared. Just glance over the revaluation account. It records the depreciation or decrease on the value of assets, increase on the value of liabilities, and any outstanding expenses. It records the credit side, appreciation on the value of assets, or increase on the value of asset, or decrease on the value of liabilities, or if any prepaid expenses are given, we should record on the credit side. Whatever the difference it may be, there will be balance in the debit side, or sometimes there will be balance in the credit side. Say whatever the balance it may be, either the profit or the loss, this account will be closed by transferring the balance to the old partner's capital account according to the old ratio. Of course, in the question paper, old ratio will be given. If in the question paper old ratio is not given, so we should transfer this profit or loss according to, in the absence of partnership deed, all partners should be treated equally, and the profit or loss should be transferred to old partner's capital account equally. So this is the way how to prepare the revaluation account. You just focus on the revaluation account. Okay, thank you.